Good morning and welcome to our extra shot of sunrise. Chuck is joining us. Jalea is here, and Samantha Johnson. Is your first time on Extra Shot?
Yes.
First time on Extra Shot.
Now, we've got her here for two reasons. A, she is a talented, amazing journalist, and we're lucky to have her at Channel 13. But secondly, and more importantly, the outfits that these two are wearing look incredible.
Exactly. I wish I've already changed out of my shoes, but she came over to my desk this morning, and as she was walking up to tell me like we're having the same, like similar outfits. But as she walked up, I turned around, I was like, we got on the same dress. And then we got in here this morning, and literally like our shoes were almost the exact same too. So I will take great minds think alike, or I guess great minds dress alike.
Yeah, especially on a Monday.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
As men, we cannot even comment because we wear the same boring suit tie kind of thing. Everything. You guys have to mix it up. We're like suit and tie. That's what we do.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got some heat today.
Yeah, you don't want to wear a tie if you can help it today, because we do have already now a couple of things to talk about. The heat advisory and this excessive heat watch. We're going to see these really for the next 4 days here because it is going to be so hot. In fact, the hottest air really since 2012, so 10 years ago, when Sam was riding a big wheel in her parking lot, I guess. 72 out there right now, but how about this? 94 degrees for a high today. That's the warmest temperature since August of last year, and we will have showers and thunderstorms. In fact, a slight risk for severe weather today, and I think the best time for this, you guys, is between 2 and 7 p.m. 94 today, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, record heat, and I mean record, at 98 tomorrow, at 97 Wednesday. Those shatter the records for this time of year. 95 Thursday, and then next weekend, all of this will be a bad memory, but we're not at next weekend.
Nope.
So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate today.
Not just yet. I know, okay, we're going to get to our couple stories in a bit, but I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit just because we usually do like Extra Shot when someone's here. We're a little behind. We're like almost a month behind in welcoming you to Extra Shot and then talking a little bit. It gives people a little bit of a background, where you're from, how long you've been here with us, that kind of thing.
Yes, of course. Well, yeah, thank you guys for including me in today. I'm actually a Central Indiana girl. I was born and raised right down the road in Martinsville, so from Morgan County. And then I went up the road to Muncie for a couple years and got my bachelor's and master's degree from Ball State.
Okay.
And then Chuck and I were just talking. I was working in Evansville, 14 News down in Evansville. Chuck alumni as well.
Heavensville.
Heavensville, as we call it. Yeah. So I was down there for 2 years, which of course is our NBC sister station down there, and then came back up here. And I started during the month of May. So what better time? Back home again, as they say. And it's been great. It's been great to be here.
Well, you're doing a great job, Sam.
Yes, and we're happy to have you and all that good stuff. You know that. I just realized, like, yeah, it has been a little while since before we had a chance to say hi to you on Extra Shot. And I was going to say I would pull it up on...
So that's a picture right there of Samantha holding my son Dacio.
Oh, Dacio's a little baby on there.
Very
so
neat.
There you go. So Samantha came out to my golf tournament when you were Miss Ball State.
That's right.
Wow.
She was Miss Ball State. I had a charity golf tournament.
We got royalty in here.
And so that's her holding my son Dacio. You really can't see it, but what we're going to do is we're going to take, because my son is like literally like less than a year old.
Wow.
Now he's getting on 7.
And
my goodness. I want to have the, I don't know if you can pick him up now. Recreate the same shot. So there we go. So I'm going.
He'll break your arms. The kid's big.
Yeah. So you know her. So I know Samantha because of that golf tournament. But then she kept in contact, and I saw her in South Korea during the Olympics.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she was in South Korea for the Olympics.
That's awesome.
She went over with Ball State. Yeah, Ball State's doing it right with them.
Yeah. And I saw her at TJ Maxx, and we were picking the same dress. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, we've had a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
I just have one more question before we do that. This is for Sam. Sam, my favorite dish when I lived in Evansville, and when we go back, because we still have friends here, was a brain sandwich. Did you ever have a brain sandwich?
I never had the brain sandwich.
It tastes like chicken. That is an Evansville delicacy, isn't it, Sam?
It really is, especially at the Fall Festival every year.
Yep.
I'm a little concerned.
Really
Yeah.
What kind of brains?
Cow brains. And they're delicious. You just have to get past the brain thing and just look at the it looks like a Popeye's crispy chicken sandwich.
Oh. I don't know if I could get... Okay, let's get to the...
You used to host the brain game.
Oh,
now
man.
It's a whole different game going on here. So
And you've had one too?
I've never had one.
Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to go with her recommendation on that one. Okay, but this next story we're getting to, talking about Netflix popular international hit. You've watched Squid Game. Did you ever watch that?
A couple episodes.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of hard to get into, but once you get into it, it's pretty good. But it's been greenlit for a second season. So the streaming show's creator says the first season was wow, I didn't know that. 12 years in the making? That's a long time. But it only took 12 days for Squid Game to become the most popular series ever. This fictional drama centers on desperately broke contestants who literally risk their lives at deadly children's games to win a cash prize. This was, when was this big phenomenon? Was it the beginning of this year? Okay, last year. Yeah, and it kind of is called Squid, Game, but not
I
exactly
thought it was a kid show. I watched that thing, people blowing each other up.
I'm telling you, within the first episode, like that happened, and I was like, oh. And I gave it a rest for a little while, and then someone said if you can get past the, I probably should have, because after I got past the first episode, I was hooked to see how it would end. But I'm usually like, that had me on edge. But at the end, they allude to like, well, you didn't get to the end. Try getting to the end, but they allude to like, there's going to be some more happening.
Yes.
But I'm like,
well, I was going to say, I think the reason why people were so into it was because it was so different. It was unlike anything we had seen. So.
I agree with that.
All right. 17 years after Star Wars Episode 3, Hayden Christensen dons the armor of Darth Vader once again in the Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 3 massively ramped up the stakes of the conflict by bringing Obi-Wan and Darth Vader face to face for the first time since Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, which was 10 years ago in Obi-Wan's timeline. Vader stalks his way through the episode like a horror movie villain before the pair finally meet up in like this, like it's like a construction site. It's kind of weird, and they kind of go at it with their lightsabers, and he's able to unleash the full extent of his incredible dark side powers with the Force. So this show, Kenobi, is proof that what Disney Plus is doing is they're taking these classic movies, but movies that have been around for many, many years, saying, okay, we're going to expand on them by doing like a 6-episode arc and things like that. And it's interesting. So what I'll give you the nerd thing. Okay. So what they did with James Earl Jones, because he's 91 years old now.
Oh, wow.
Well, no one else can voice Darth Vader like he can. So they took his he did the voice, but he sounded older than what he did in 1977 for the original Star Wars. So they took, like, how they have deep fakes with faces?
Yeah.
They did like a deep fake with his voice, and they taught a computer how to learn what his voice sounded like, and then when he spoke, the words that he spoke, it made that sound like he used to sound like.
Wow.
So it's like a deep fake. I know, it's the amazing technology they have. So when you hear Darth Vader, it really is James Earl Jones doing new dialogue, but the computers make him sound young again, like he did in 1977. So there you go.
Fan of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I have some Star Wars fans in my household. I personally have only seen a couple of them.
Because you have a life, you're a nerd like me. I mean, you gotta nerd out. There we go.
Advanced. Okay, you can take this next story though. I don't know if you're a Jurassic Park fan, but
we have some Jurassic Park fans.
Okay,
in the newsroom.
Yes, we do.
They actually arrived. The Jurassic World Dominion arrived with a roar, and despite weak reviews, though, the final film in the latest Dino trilogy opened strong with $143.4 million.
Not bad.
Knocking Top Gun Maverick out of the top spot. And Jurassic World is actually the 6th film of the Jurassic Park franchise. And it also finishes the Jurassic World trilogy. So, again, didn't get a chance to see it yet, but obviously it's
but would you go see it? Is that up your alley?
I've seen the other ones. I think
Okay,
I would.
all of them?
I think so.
I have not. I was explaining that when we did that preview on like some of the new characters, and I was like, wait a minute, because I realized that they did like 3 of like the original ones, and then there's like the new one. And the one I remember was when they were at that the theme park. Well, it's all a theme park.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the actual theme park is done.
The one where like it was
Jurassic World.
the first I guess the first of the trilogy. But
I just don't see how you give this thing a review. It's like it's got dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's really all you need. I mean, are we looking for a story arc here? Are we looking for good acting? I
No,
mean,
there's no original programming anymore anywhere. It's all building on something that's happened
Speaking of that,
before.
I haven't seen you in a week. Do you plan on seeing Top Gun? Have you seen Top Gun, the new one?
I probably will see it when it comes to TV.
Okay.
I would like to see, I want to see, believe it or not, before it goes to TV, I want to see the new Downton Abbey movie.
Yep,
because Chuck's Big Adventure, we were at Highclere Castle in England and did a special on that wonderful place. And then I do want to see the Jurassic movie.
Yeah.
I want to see that one.
There's certain movies you want to see on the big screen. You want to see Downton Abbey because of the grandiose kind of look, and then of course the big dinosaurs and this and that. So there's certain, the theaters thankfully they're not dead. The pandemic didn't kill them.
Yeah.
They're back in a big way. I would recommend going to see Top Gun.
I've heard great things about it. Have you seen it yet?
I need to go back and rewatch the first one before I see the new one.
It does a good job building off the first one, and dare I say, it's a better movie. I mean, it really.
I haven't heard any bad reviews about it, so I'm actually surprised. But I think it's just the hype is why people that it knocked Top Gun out the #1 spot. But I think that's just because
Jurassic World.
you know, you're right. Yeah,
So grab $100 for gas and
that's
get
it.
out
Just
to
head on out
the
there
movie
to the theater. Yeah.
Two tickets for my wife and I to go see Top Gun. It was $46 for 2 tickets.
And
yes.
that was no popcorn.
Nope,
No.
that was before
Are
popcorn.
you kidding
Went and
me?
saw the IMAX on the South Side.
Okay.
Ordered them on Fandango. It was $10 per ticket. Excuse me, $20 per ticket and a $3 service.
Was it 3D?
Yeah, no. So $46 was the total for 2 tickets to go see
So
Top
then I'm
Gun.
with Chuck. I'm gonna wait till it comes on TV.
I know exactly.
I'm gonna catch it on TV.
They got to make up for
then.
that lost time. Hey, thanks for joining us on Extra Shot for Chuck. I'm Carlos. We have, of course, Jalea and Samantha joining us here as well. You guys have a great Monday. We'll see you back here at 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Don't forget, coming up at 10 a.m. right here on Channel 13, we've got the Senate hearings as far as the January 6th insurrection. You don't want to miss that coming up at 10 o'clock this morning. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
See you tomorrow
Happy
morning.
Monday.